Yep, this is the season for a good old stew, so I'm gonna show you how to make a mushroom and beef stew. Man, whoo, this thing had a lot of flavor. Get in your kitchen, let's go. All right, so let's go ahead and do a quick rundown. Let me tell you what we have right here. We have our beef tips right here. Now I'm just using regular Sirilon beef tips that I found in the supermarket. You can use whatever type of steak cut you like, that's up to you. Right here we have some beef broth. Right here I have some mushrooms. Now let me tell you this, if you like a variety type of mushrooms like shiitake, baby belly, white, or oyster mushrooms, feel free to add that. It does help with the flavor profile, it just steps it up a little bit from those different flavors of those mushrooms. But me, I don't do all different types of mushrooms. I just like my baby belly mushrooms and my white mushrooms. So this is what I have here. We have an onion here, and right here we have some rum. Now, typically I use cognac for this particular recipe, but I don't have any cognac here. I don't really drink cognac, and here it's very expensive, so I just didn't want to buy cognac for this particular recipe. But here I have some top of the notch premium rum that's really, really good here, so I'm going to use that. But if you got cognac, that Hennessy or that Cognac, feel free to use that. Right here we have some dry thyme. Now, fresh thyme works. Again, I don't have any fresh thyme, didn't feel like going to the store to get any, but we're gonna use this dry thyme, some fresh garlic, bay leaves, smoked paprika, some black pepper, little flour, and some seasoned salt. So these are the ingredients. Let's go ahead and continue. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna season this beautiful meat. So I'm gonna add my seasoned salt here. Now you can season it whatever type of seasoning you have. That's totally up to you. You don't necessarily have to use this, but this is what I prefer for this particular recipe, our pepper and our smoked paprika. I just think this combination is gonna bring out a lot of flavor, and we're just gonna get this mixed up just like this. All right, so this is what we have here. Let's move over to the cooktop. Okay, so let's start heating up our pot. So we're gonna add a little vegetable oil here into the pot. We're gonna bring that up to temperature, and when it starts smoking, we're gonna start adding our beef. Now you don't wanna overcrowd your pan when you start adding your beef. All right, so we're up to smoking temperature, so we're gonna start adding our beef. Now guys, don't overcrowd your pan in this step. You know, if you have to cook in batches, cook in batches. I have enough pieces here where I'll pretty much probably cook in a couple of batches. And what you're looking for right here is for all sides to brown. So you're not really looking for it to cook thoroughly, but you want to make sure all your sides are brown, because it's going to finish cooking in the pot or in your slow cooker. All right, so it looks like we're good for this particular batch. So I'm gonna remove our beef. I'm just gonna sit it aside in a bowl like this. Like I say, we're only looking to brown out all sides. That's it in this particular step. And so I'm gonna go ahead and finish cooking the rest of it, and then we're gonna move on to our next step. Guys, take a look at that right there. All right, so I'm gonna sit this aside and let's go ahead and continue. All right, so now we're gonna start adding some more ingredients, but we're gonna keep all that, our pan like this, because that's what the flavor is. So let's add our onions, about 1.5 tablespoons of thyme right now. Add about 4 garlic cloves. We're gonna add our bay leaf, and we're gonna start adding our mushrooms. And we're gonna get this moved around in the pan so we start getting all that flavor on it. And guys, this is gonna cook down. These mushrooms, this is all gonna cook down. And we're gonna saute this for about 10 minutes. And right here, I'm gonna season this up with just a little seasoned salt. We gotta add some flavor all the way through. You don't need much, and a little pepper here, just to give it a little flavor. As you can see, guys, this mixture is, it's wilting down, and just continue to stir. And since mushrooms create their own water, you don't typically have to worry about adding any liquid to the pan. As you can see, I just left what I had in there, and now it's creating its own water. All right, so we're about 10 minutes in, a little bit under 10 minutes. So now what we're gonna do is add our meat back into our pot, along with all that juice. And we're gonna get this mixed in like this. Man, this is looking good, guys. And now we're just gonna take our flour, that tablespoon of flour, and we're just gonna sprinkle it over it just like this. And we're gonna get that mixed in here too. We wanna mix this well. Now, once we've mixed our flour well and you no longer see any of the flour, what you wanna do is add your 1 cup of rum or cognac. And we're gonna let this cook until the alcohol content is cooked out. This could take several minutes. You don't want the liquid to evaporate, you just want to cook out the alcohol content. So this could take about 3 to 5 minutes. All right, so now that we've deglazed our pan, I'm gonna go ahead and pause our heat because we're about 3 minutes in. Now, you could do this 1 or 2 ways. You could put this in the oven or you could do it in the crock pot. If you wanna go the oven route, what you could do now is pour your beef broth up into here and then cover it. Make sure your lid is tight and preheat your oven to 325 degrees and let it cook for 30 minutes. Then after that 30 minutes, what you wanna do is you wanna turn your heat down to 275 degrees and let it cook for another hour and a half until your meat is tender. But we're going to the crock pot. So let's get over to our crock pot and I'm gonna show you how we do it in the crock pot. All right, so now we're at the crock pot. So we're gonna take our mixture and we're just gonna add it here. I like the crock pot method a little bit better than the oven method because I'm telling you, these babies get really tender and these flavors sit in this crock pot and it just allows them, you know how we like it. We like them to get married and divorced and all cheat on each other, and then it just brings all those flavors together. And we're gonna finish adding the rest of our garlic cloves, rest of our thyme, and another bay leaf. Now we're gonna take our beef broth and we're just gonna add it. Just that simple, guys. So we're just gonna cover this up and we're gonna cook this on low for 3.5 to 4 hours. We're gonna check in on it every hour or so just to make sure that our liquid level is okay. We don't want it all to evaporate. If we gotta add a little bit more beef broth, let's do it. Or if you don't have more beef broth, add a little water. But we're gonna check on it at least every hour. All right, so we're 4 hours in. Let's go ahead and remove our lid. And guys, check this out. Look at that. Man, that looks good, doesn't it? So let's remove this from our crock pot, get over on our cutting board, get into our final presentation so we can go ahead and get into quality control, all right? All right, so we're at our cutting board, and yes, I got me a bed of rice right here, and I'm definitely gonna add my stew to my bed of rice. And guys, take a look at that right there. And in similar fashion, we always add a little something green when necessary, bring out that color. Oh man. And there you have it, guys. Beef and mushroom stew. Let me know what you think about this recipe in the comment section below. And you already know I'm gonna leave the measurements and ingredients in the video description below. So let's go ahead and get into quality control so we can test this out, all right? Let's go. All right, guys, so we're back in here for quality control, man. Look at this right here. Oh, this mushroom and beef stew. Man, this looks so good. But without further ado, man, we just gonna go ahead and get into it because I've been waiting on this to get ready. 4 hours in, man, come on. We gotta eat, brother, all right? Oh, man, take a look at that. It's hot too, so I need to blow it. So give me a minute. Give me a minute now. I'm gonna eat it. All right. Oh man, this is good, man. Whew. I love it with this rice too. Oh man. Guys, I'm just gonna show you the meat. You know meat tough. Simple. That's it. What more can I say? Definitely something you need to try. The fall is here. You know those crock pots come out in the fall and the winter, so we're gonna get a head start on. Until then, guys, I'm your cook, Spinelli. Y'all already know, all wings, everything. And remember, come a little closer. I'm not a chef, I just cook a lot. Don't tell nobody that. And I'm out. Peace.